back to the G.B.B, guys. Jay once again. On the line, I've got Shan. Shans, what's good?
What up, man?
Manchester United back in the Premier League, and we go up against Watford this time. The other big W that's been in the Premier League as of late. They're a team that's obviously outside of the top six, but a team with a lot of quality, and, they've been known to kill a giant or two. United, obviously, as of recently, have become the giants that we once were, or emulating the giants we once were. We seem to be very susceptible to both Wolves and Watford. And this is going to be a test for us because obviously coming off the loss against Wolves in the FA Cup suggests that we need to get this win, not just for the points, but for the morale of the players as well and the supporter base. Shan, let's talk about Watford and what they bring to the table.
Absolutely. With Watford, it's another one of those teams that a lot of other teams underestimate, and they're just plodding along, plucking along, getting the points they need, and doing well at it. In terms of their players, on the right, Jae Shan, who is absolutely fantastic at the moment, killing the game. They've got Doucouré, who's sort of come off the boil, but sneaky and can tuck in a goal or two. Jose Holebas, who, for a defender, has a lot of responsibility in that team to get goals. Comes forward, gets free kicks, and does well in that regard. And then finally, their stalwart in Troy Deeney, your classic enforcer-type striker who, for him, a lot of his game is mind games. The way he intimidates centre-backs, he's constantly on their case. He's the one that breaks forward for them and takes the game by the scruff of the neck most games. So we're going to have to watch out for those. But seeing as we're coming off sort of a loss, we'll be wanting to fight back and show that we're still as good as ever.
I agree. Obviously, just touching on the players there, Troy Deeney he's a player that I do admire. You have to admire a player that he's a captain and he leads his team from the front, which there's not very many of those in the Premier League at the moment, or at a high level in football. And Troy Deeney probably embodies what Watford are, and he is a good player, and you've got to admire him. I think on our side of the ledger, we need to see Paul Pogba get back into the form that's seen him, rise to the level that everyone knew he could achieve, and being one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, if not the world at the moment. He's really got to step up again because his leadership is what we sorely lacked against Wolves, and we need to see that reinforced. Obviously, we've got Martial back from injury. We've got Jesse Lingard back from injury. Lukaku's obviously still out for a little bit. I don't know if he'll be back for this game, but we've got Rashford, and Rashford is still doing the business. He's still getting forward. He's still pushing defenses. We just need to get our mindset right again and get back into the way that we were playing, in this early part of Ollie's reign. Watford are obviously a team that, like you said, Shannon, underestimated by a lot of teams in the upper part of the table, and they do take advantage because they obviously know how to suck up their pressure and then get on the counter attack and then hurt teams. Like you said, Deulofeu is a very quick player. He's obviously got a lot of skill. Holebas as well. So, there's a few players within their squad that match the capability that we have. And like the game against Wolves, this is going to be a midfield battle for supremacy, but our defense needs to be strong. Obviously, we'll have De Gea back in goal, which will be good to see because, Romero looked good in the first half against Wolves, but so slowly tapered away, and that's probably because of how much game time he's obviously getting, which was pretty much all the FA Cup games. Considering that run is now over, it's going to be up to De Gea to make sure that we get somewhere, respectable in the Premier League, and if not, go deeper into the Champions League. Shan, anything else to add, just talking about Watford in particular, or do you want to talk about us a little bit more?
Well, in terms of Watford, just having a look through their list, they've got a very good midfield as well, and a lot of players that have a lot of experience in the Premier League, but have floated around a bit. I'm speaking the likes of Etienne Capoue, Will Hughes, and Adrian Mariappa. So to say that this should be an easy game for us, or a game that we can win, or we're odds-on favourite, it's a dicey approach to have. For us, I mean, as long as our boys that we do play are playing uninjured, Marshall was swapped out and has copped a knock. Lingard, who did play in our last game, but had those back-to-back injuries within a 2-week span. If we protect those players and try and get some rotation with some young, quick guns, hopefully we can get that win.
Yep. I think we are going to see a rotated side, and obviously when we do our predictions, you'll see a bit of the thought process there. But I think that we now need to hone in on what our best 11 is. You know, obviously, given we've got injuries and we've got players that are not at 100%, but we've got to obviously make sure that we get the most that we can from these last couple of games to ensure that we're either in, you know, that third or fourth spot. We definitely need qualification for the Champions League if we're thinking of buying any players or getting any players in the door of any real quality. Yes, there's players that do want to play for Manchester United, but we obviously have to get the right players to suit a system underneath the manager that we're obviously going to go with long term. If that is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, then the board's got to back him and they've got to bring in the right players to suit the system that he has. We can obviously see with the group that he has at the moment who the players are that he favors, who the ones are that are flourishing underneath him, and those that aren't. Obviously, Sanchez and the like. So hopefully this will be a game where we can obviously knuckle down, get the points. Whether it's a 1-0 win or, you know, a 2-0 win, we just need to get the job done. We need to get the goals and we need to get the points. Jae Shan and I have obviously picked out teams before the game. You'll see them popping up at the bottom of the screen. We get 1 point per player selected on the field. That starts in the 11. You'll see our FIFA 19 score predictions on the sides. In the top right-hand corner is the leaderboard. Shannon's been plucking away point by point by point, and he's closing that gap very quickly. We'll see what happens in this game. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us. Shans, I want to thank you for jumping on the line. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Check us out on all our social media platforms. And we'll see you in the post-match review after the game. Thanks for joining us, guys. Shot.